Hey Vision fans, semi-final number 1 of Eurovision 2024 is happening tonight. I'm going to give you my updated predictions on who I think is going to qualify for the final. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So we're going to keep it nice and quick today. Just going to give you an update of my predictions for who's going to qualify tonight, having seen the show in the arena and also having watched the jury show in the press room on the TV. So seeing what's on the screen as well. So we're going to get my board up. We're going to go through this quickly because some of them haven't changed. So I'm keeping Ukraine in my definite yes. Croatia are also in my definite yes as well. I'm also keeping Finland there. And we have a new person in my definite yes. I am moving Ireland from borderline yes up into a definite yes. This show is absolutely amazing. This should qualify. If it doesn't, I don't know, something's really, really wrong in the world. Huge hype right now, gone up to 5th in the odds. I definitely think this is going through, unless, I don't know, I'm living in some sort of Delulu bubble. The reaction from so many different people now has been overwhelmingly positive. I'd be really surprised if this doesn't make it through now. Great that Ireland are taking a spot in 10 instead of trying to like sneak through in 9th or 10th. Okay, I'm also keeping Lithuania in my likely yes. Definitely deserves to go through, just keeping it there because of the very early running order. Although Monica Leo also qualified from the 3rd slot in her semi-final. Okay, let's move all these down. On the sadder scale of the board, I'm going to change Moldova to a definite no. I just cannot see people wanting to pick this over some of the other songs in the final. It just isn't entertaining. It's super flat. It's just a collection of screensavers. There's no story. There's no movement. I'd just be really surprised. Not impossible, but yeah, I'd be really, really shocked. I'm going to keep Iceland in likely no because if a lot of people turn out who want like a nostalgic sound, the wine mums, as some people are referring to it on social media, show up. Yeah, theoretically it could go through, but my guess is that it's still no. I'm also keeping Azerbaijan in likely no as well. Poland I'm keeping in borderline yes, but I'm putting them as the strongest borderline yes. I actually think Poland deserves to go through to the final now. Before I was feeling like it was a little bit more just about diaspora, but I really enjoyed the show. I think the song is really pops after how much weirdness there is in the first 6 songs. And then you have Poland, which is a little bit more normality, and I actually think that could work in its favor. I'm also keeping Portugal in my borderline yes. Really late running order I think is going to help them. I would love to have it a little bit higher, but yeah, just the fact it's a ballad, that's making me a tiny bit nervous, but definitely deserves to be in the final where it'll get a very good jury score. I'm also keeping Serbia in my borderline yes. Definitely they're going to appreciate the help from Croatia and Slovenia. And you know, Serbia have never been outside the top 11 of a semi-final ever. I think if this does not qualify, it'll come 11th. I think it's very pretty with the fantasy feel. But yeah, second in the running order. There are other ballads in the semi-final as well, so maybe that ballad vote will be split. There are also female ballads as well. Okay, let's go for another change, and that is that I am upgrading Luxembourg to a borderline yes. I actually think this really pops in the second half. The second half is really, really super flat. And then when you come to the end and Luxembourg's actually got some high energy, some good choreography and some cool visuals, actually this does really stand out. And I feel like they've earned their spot in the final as opposed to kind of getting a lot of nudges up by the producers being put last. Also, Tally has an interview after the songs are completed, but before voting is finished. So, you know, that's also gonna help. They really, really want Luxembourg to qualify and come back next year because money, baby. And I suppose also they want Monaco to come and they want maybe Andorra or who else. And they want to show that a small country can come back and do okay because they'll get lots of help. But like I said, I think it deserves to go through now. I didn't so much before. I'm still keeping Celia Capsis through. Still a bit worried about her. So if you really, really enjoy the song and you like girl pops in Eurovision, I do think you need to vote for this. Really, really impressive performance for her. I think that she's rehearsed the absolute crap out of this. Really deserves to be in the final. I think I'm very, very impressed by how mature this performance looks. Really sad that it's so early. If it was in the second half, absolutely would qualify, I think, quite easily. No Greece here. I think actually this is the year that maybe Cyprus would appreciate having Greece in their semi with them. I still think Australia's here, which is kind of like, she'll help a little bit. Obviously that Cypriot Australian connection and also the fact that Celia is Australian. So those 12 points are going to be really, really, really useful. So only 2 countries left. And as you can tell, I'm keeping Raven as a borderline no. This is not what I want to happen, obviously, because if you saw my top 20 list, you'll see that Raven was in my top 10. I would love this to go through to the final. I'm just still not sure if the general public is going to get it. I also feel the fact that Bambi is so super strong, who also has like a witch supernatural, mystical feel, and it's just more explosive. It's more adrenaline, it's got more storytelling, it just works more. Whereas Raven just feels like kind of the slightly less, Raven isn't portraying a witch in this, she's talking about a witch, but still it has got the witchy vibes, and this just doesn't feel as strong as Arlen. So I feel like Arlen's surge in success has dampened this a bit. I would love this to be wrong. Please vote for Raven. I want her in the final. Please, 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 please get behind her, because I definitely think she's in trouble. And I think that Cyprus is in trouble as well. And finally, I'm actually downgrading Australia. I had them in my borderline yes, but now I'm putting in the borderline no. I think this is too flat. I am waiting to see what happens when the live audience comes. Maybe it's going to come alive. People are going to get really, really excited and bring an energy to the performance. But the first half for me is just way too flat. Not enough happening. I feel like this is a real opportunity missed, because they have such a great draw. All they have to do is like bring a fun party like Trinidad Sul or Belgium last year, Gustav, and I just don't feel that same, you know, come together community feel. Okay, now you may notice that I've put the first 7 through, and I spoke in my first video about how this is not impossible, but very close to impossible. We've never had 7 countries qualify in a row. So like in the running order, 7 consecutive countries qualified. The biggest we've ever had is 6. All 7 of the first half qualifying would break that record. Plus, it would be the first time that we had 7 qualifying from the first half. Plus, it would only be the 3rd time that we've had more countries qualify from the first half than the second half. So basically what I'm saying is I don't think that all 7 will qualify, but I don't know who to put out. If you made me guess, I think it would be either Serbia, Cyprus, or Poland. So 3 of the countries I have in my borderline no, but I don't know which one, because it feels quite random. Like, how many Polish people are going to tune in and feel patriotic? Yeah, I just think it's really, really hard to judge. You don't know who's going to be watching the show, and that is going to be a big factor. So yeah, I'm basically saying that I think I'm going to be wrong, but I don't know in which way I'm going to be wrong. So I'm just going to put through the 7 and just like see what happens. Like these lists aren't that important. It's more about just portraying to you my new impressions having watched the show. Like, I think a lot more of Cyprus and Luxembourg now. I feel like Australia dropped the ball a little bit. I feel like Moldova really weren't even holding the ball, and Ireland have just like super whooshed up the rankings. In any case, that is my current 10. Sorry, the board's a little bit smaller, so it's not as clear as before. What do you think? How have your perceptions changed after seeing the reaction to the dress rehearsal, and also from seeing the rehearsal pictures? Have you moved anyone in and out? What are your final 10 qualifiers? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you so much to Annika for supporting me on Super Chat. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave links for you down below. Of course, thank you to all my patrons for patronizing me from all around the world. If you want to check out my Patreon, it'll also be in the description. But of course, thank you so much just for watching. Maybe leave a like and maybe sharing the video. And thank you so much for watching. See you in another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.